All right, welcome back everybody. So I'm out doing deliveries again today. No idea what's gonna happen. I do have to go meet a guy to sell some stuff a little later. That's another thing that's kind of tying me down to the area right now is I've got a bunch of stuff for sale, trying to lighten the load and stack up some cash so I can hit the road. So yeah, man, whoa, look at this birdhouse. That's awesome. I've been seeing these ads for these camp lights. It's a retractable string light and it's got another light on it and it's got magnets and it's a power bank. I kept seeing these ads on Facebook or Instagram and they're like 30 bucks. So I decided to go on Amazon and see if they had any there, because I don't just buy them from a small company. You never know like who you're buying from or whatever. And I trust Amazon, so I bought it there. I think it was like 12 bucks or something. It was way cheaper. So if I remember, I'm gonna test this thing out tonight and I'll show you guys what it's like. It's pretty rad. I played with it a little bit and I'm pretty happy with it so far. Look at this ambulance conversion. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, so just to fill some of you in who haven't watched every single one of my videos that I release, my goal is to work seasonally, especially like look for work camp jobs that have a campsite that I can plug into. Check out this 3rd gen, this is so sweet. It's got a scuba mask on a snorkel. That is so cool. Look at those ditch lights, dude, straight in the hood. That is awesome. So my goal is to do the seasonal work, and I also want to be able to go, what you doing, dude? What you doing? I also want to be able to go disperse camping and max out my 14 days, which means I need to carry plenty of food and water. And I get heat exhaustion really easily, and the more times you experience that, the worse it gets. So I need to make sure that I'm able to cool off if I get stuck somewhere that gets hot, like if I get a job where we have a heat wave or something. So I want AC. I want to have a place where I can go and be in AC for hours during the day. So that means, you know, I need more space because I'm not going to fit all that in the 4Runner. So I started, you know, when I decided the 4Runner just wasn't enough space, I started looking at all these different vehicles. I went out and looked at a 89 Falcon Class B, which was so cool. It had so much character. It was so awesome. And I found the guy that owned it before the guy that's selling it now. And he was an RV tech, and he put a ton of work and money into it, and I knew everything about it, and I was just ready to buy it, but it didn't run right. It had a Ford 460 in it, big block, got probably 6 to 8 miles per gallon. It was gonna be hard to park, but it had everything in it. It had a generator, AC, fridge, all of it, toilet, shower, everything. It was just ready to go. But it just didn't run right. And the front windows on the high top were all cracked and they were leaking, and I'd have to pull them out to redo the seals, and I didn't think that they would make it through that. I thought they were gonna fall apart if I did that. And they don't make those windows anymore, so I would have had to figure something out. I probably would have wanted to like fiberglass over them and just get rid of those stupid windows, which would have broken off-road anyway when I'm out on forest roads. So passed on that. I went and looked. You know, I didn't actually go out and look at other vans except for at dealerships. I looked at a express van, but and a Transit Connect. But I was trying to, you know, investigate a couple other ones I found online, and one of them, the guy was like super pushy about me bringing cash, and he was in a really rough part of Portland, and I ended up not going to look at that one. And then I got a hold of a guy with, I think it was like a 2013, something like that, Express or Savannah all-wheel drive van that was already built out, had a really cool build in it, and it was done just the way I would have wanted to do it for the most part. It was really cool, but it was priced a lot lower than anything else. It was like, I think 15 grand, and I was a little suspicious of that, so I did some research on the vehicle, and those years, the Chevy 5.3 has this really stupid emission system that turns off half the cylinders when you're cruising on the highway, and those valve springs wear out prematurely, and I guess it could grenade the engine. I don't remember the whole deal. It's been a few months now, but I would want to, you know, ahead of time, get rid of that system and replace all that, and that was going to be a lot of work. And I asked the guy about it, if it's had any issues, and he ghosted me after that, so I'm guessing that it had those issues, which could leave you stranded out in the middle of nowhere with a massive bill for not only the tow, but to have somebody else do all that work. If, you know, I'm not gonna rebuild the top end basically in a parking lot, so that could have ended up a nightmare, so I might have dodged a bullet with that one. But that's when, you know, I was talking to my dad. He's like, just write it down, make a pros cons list. And that's when I got really clear, and that was the best advice he ever gave me. I got really clear about what I wanted, and did a pros and cons list for every single option I could think of that was even close to viable for me. And that's when it just made sense to do the trailer thing. So it's gonna be about a year before that happens. I wanna get in a better financial position first before I go spending a bunch of money on something else. And you know, I've got the 10x10 tent now, so that's gonna get me by. That opens the door for the seasonal jobs, as long as I'm not at risk of, you know, being somewhere that gets really hot where I can get heat stroke or something, because I really wanna avoid that. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. Did a ton of investigating, and that's kind of what I came up with. I had to kind of leave a lot of that out while I was making that video, because I knew it was already gonna probably be like an hour long, and I didn't want it to be a 5-hour video. I wanted to keep it more objective than subjective, but yeah, that's where I'm at with the whole thing. So I'm about to drop this thing off, and then we'll go from there. Look at this neighborhood, man. It's beautiful up here. You know, another thing about that Class B I went to look at, that Falcon, is the propane furnaces just suck. They wait until it gets like really cold to turn on, and then you want to like bundle up because you're too cold, and then it turns on, and then it gets way too hot, and then you got to pull all the covers off you when you're sleeping, and they just suck, man, and they're super loud. So, you know, the fridge was I forget the name of that style of fridge, but it's not very efficient at all. It's not like the modern 12-volt compressor fridges that are super efficient. You know, so I was looking at all these different systems that I'd want to replace. The generator was an own-on. It ran really well, but they're finicky and they're fickle. And the AC it blew cold, but you know, if it was really hot out, I'd have to replace the AC. If it was like 100 degrees or something, it wouldn't keep up. So it's like, do I really want to spend all this money and then just replace everything? That doesn't really make sense. So I ended up passing on that one, and I think I dodged a bullet. Plus, this option of Uber Eats is not a good long-term solution to employment, especially, you know, in the 4Runner, but something that gets 6 to 8 miles per gallon, it's just completely out of the question. So people like to come to like almost a complete stop before they turn out here. It's weird. So yeah, I think I dodged a bullet with that one. All right, this is not a political channel. This is not going to be a political channel, but here is the Tesla dealership. They just got shot up. I want to see if anything is, yeah, look, they got a bunch of the windows boarded up. And on this building too. People just came out here and started shooting up the dealership. That is so not cool. That is so not cool. This is not a political channel. It's not gonna be. Let's not go there and do that. But shooting up businesses because you don't like the guy that is the CEO is not cool, man. Oh, this dude's on a Tenere. I want one of those bikes so bad. It's the same engine as my MT-07 that I used to have, which was just the most fun engine ever. It's basically an MT-07 on a dirt bike body. It is so cool. So I'm driving back to around my parents' house so I can pick up that part that I'm selling to the guy. I'm meeting him somewhere else. Whee! And I've been trying to pick up an order along the way. It's 2:30 and there's just nothing coming through, man. So rough start for lunch. I'm at 1674 right now. Not good. I've got one tip pending, so I might be up to 20. That's not a great lunch run, but we'll see how dinner does. Yesterday I got over $100, so I'm still shooting for $100 today. I might just have to stay out later. Wow, man, look at this building all boarded up. No cash, no cannabis. Crazy. So I got the fridge slide sold, and let's see, it's 4 o'clock. I've got a little while before the orders start picking back up. I think I'm gonna find another spot to chill out for a little bit and maybe grab some snacks before I start taking orders again. It was good to get rid of that fridge slide. That thing was driving me crazy. You had to have two hands to unlock it, and it's like every time I wanted to open it, I had something in my hand and I had to set it down. It drove me crazy. And it squeaked. No matter what I did, it squeaked. So I'm glad that that thing's gone. Yeah, man, gonna find a place to park, chill out. I saw some food carts here, and I decided to stop and get another Hero because that was like the only thing that was open. Presentation, not good. It doesn't look good. The other one was way better. The smell is good though. It's got a lot of sauce. I don't know, the meat looks good, but it's not, I don't know, that last one I had in Hillsboro was very appetizing looking. This one, not so much. Flavor's definitely good. Ooh, it's spicy. Very spicy. Yeah, meat's very good. Just doesn't, he didn't put much work into the way it looks. That Hero was 15 bucks. It was all right. It was pretty good, I guess. Wasn't really worth 15 bucks. I would have really liked to have pulled over and busted out the grill again and made some chili dogs. I was kind of looking forward to that, but haven't really had a single break in the rain yet today, and I don't think we're gonna. Oh wow, that SUV is still there. Crazy. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer that I had to spend all that money on that, but yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully Dinner Rush is really good tonight, and I can kind of make up for it. Well, it looks like I've got some little Canadian buddies out here. When I went to go sell that fridge slide, my little Joule fell out and fell into a mud puddle. It must have like fell out of my my rack, and I was out washing it, and those guys just walked right up to me. I think they're used to getting fed. But yeah, I'm up to $21.50 from my lunch rush, which is low. I'm usually at like 30. So hopefully I can make up for that with dinner tonight. I got real lucky yesterday. Another way I got lucky is after I got back from the mountains, my last vlog where I was playing with the fire can, the 4Runner was all muddy, and whenever it gets muddy, mud builds up right here, and every time I get in and out, I get mud all over my pants. So I had to go wash it. Plus, it just being in town and stuff, pulling up to a delivery with a muddy ass 4Runner, I don't think it looks that good. So I went to go to a car wash to wash it, and it was one of those ones that only takes quarters. So I was like, oh man, and I realized I didn't have any cash on me. So I took a look in the coin thing. It was totally full of the tokens. So I got a free car wash, and it also had a ton of quarters in there. Well, it's too hard to get them all out, but I've got like $3 or $4 in quarters now. There was nobody else there, and it was just full of all these coins. It was so cool. All right, so I just dropped off an order, and the app froze, and now it says I'm offline, and then when I click go online, it just spins. I have a second order to deliver, so I don't know what to do. But I know they are delicious cookies, so at least I'll have some good cookies if I can't make this delivery. But why won't this thing work? What the hell? So I ended up restarting my phone, and the app's working again. That was really weird. I haven't seen it glitch like that. It did some weird, like ran a test or something, but it's all good now. On my way to part 2 of this delivery. Wow, that thing was loud. That was cool. It's about $6.50. I've got, with the 2 tips that haven't come in yet, I've probably got 50 bucks. I just keep getting these bunk orders, dude. $3 for almost 5 miles. No thanks. So some days you win, some days, oh, $8 for 4.8. Pizza way up there in Bethany. Okay, yeah, I like Bethany. All right, we got one. Oh, it's matching. It's matching. Did I get it? Did I get it? Drop in the comments if you think I got it or not. See, it's matching up here. If you click on that, sometimes it'll... Oh, I got it. I won. All right, let's go pick up a pizza. We're getting somewhere. Got that one done. Even found a cool little neighborhood for a really good sleep spot. There's a bunch of spots down in here that would be fantastic. I had another neighborhood in this area that I liked, but both times I slept there, there were leaf blowers and landscapers in the morning and lawnmowers and everything. And then the last time I woke up and I I was brushing my teeth and I pulled out the window Reflectix thing, and there was a lady sitting right there in her front window staring at me, and I was like, oh, this is weird, so I just took off. So I don't know, I don't really want to go back to that spot again, but I got a new area down here, so it's all good. So I'm gonna go up a little bit farther. This is a really nice area, so hopefully I can park and get a couple more orders. I'm probably up to like 60 bucks now. I don't feel too good about the rest of the night. It's 7:10. I'm cutting it close. I think this might just be an off day, but there's still hope. There's still time. I could get a really crazy good order. You never know. All right, so I got tired of waiting for an order to come in. I waited for like 45 minutes, and I decided to set up that light that I was talking about. Check this out, man. I got fairy lights in the 4Runner. This is the light, and it's a battery bank that you can charge your phone from. It's retractable fairy lights. It's got like 35 feet or something of fairy lights, and it's got all these different modes. It's got this crazy party light mode. Party light in the 4Runner, dude. And then it's got one that like kind of fades in and fades out, and it's, wow, that's bright. That's really bright. And then it's off. I like just the fairy light mode. This is sick. It's got magnets on the back, so you can like just stick it on something metal. And it's got, you can wind up the fairy lights, and you can use this thing to hang the light from whatever. This is so sick. I'll put a link in the description for Amazon. I love this thing, man. This is so cool. I can just set up fairy lights in here whenever I want. And the rope part, you know, this part is long enough where once I set up my tent, I can put lights inside and have them go outside, or I can get another one and just have an outside light and drape it around all over the place. It's so cool. So I ended up making like 70 bucks today. It was pretty much a bad day, but 70 bucks is better than nothing. I've got about 70 miles, so it's about $1 per mile. I did much better yesterday. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. I'm gonna chill in here and listen to my Jubal and Brooke and Jubal show and eat yogurt and chill out and see if an order comes in. If it does, I'll just hop in the driver's seat and go. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.